2019, two detectives were on their way to a home in Oceanside, just outside of New York City. They came bearing bad news.
How you doing, ma'am?
This is Valerie Cincinnelli, a highly decorated police officer who has spent the past 12 years with the NYPD. The clip you're watching is her apprehending a bank robber back in 2017.
How you doing? I'm Detective Finnegan, Suffolk County Police Department. This is my partner, Detective Fandry.
Hi.
Is your husband Isaiah Carvalho?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it okay if we come in for a minute?
Yeah.
How you doing, sir? Is this family or?
Yeah.
Okay. Mind having a seat for me, please? I'm sorry to be the one to tell you that Isaiah was found dead this morning.
Are you kidding me?
Valerie's husband, 32-year-old Isaiah Carvalho, had been shot to death while sitting in the driver's seat of his car. He was parked in a marina parking lot 50 miles away in Shirley, New York.
Like, sure, like he's not at the hospital or something.
Yes,
like,
ma'am. Valerie, you know we wouldn't show up and knock on anybody's door without being 100%, okay? Crime scene's there, the medical examiner's there.
Wait,
I know, I'm sorry.
I don't even believe you. Like,
sorry.
this just like doesn't feel real right now to me. I'm sorry. Like, I can't really believe this. I'm a cop. Like, I can't believe this.
You are a cop?
Yes.
Where? In the city?
Yes. Oh my God.
I know this is a very difficult time, okay? This is a very, very early ongoing investigation, okay? And as I'm sure you do understand, the more information we can get sooner, it's better for
Sit down.
your husband.
Yes, sit. I have a 5-year-old with him.
Is the 5-year-old here?
He's at school. Yeah.
So do you have maybe like a box of tissues you can bring for
Did you get something for him?
Looks a little bit like fake tears. I don't see any tears, you know, fake crying.
Would you like some water?
Yeah. I'm trying to help you as like a cop, but I just.
Valerie, I don't need you to be a cop right now, okay? You can be a wife and a mother, okay? But I do need you to try to answer some of these questions. You don't know of anybody that would want to harm him? Anyone want to hurt your husband?
No.
Is there any like financial problems, no drugs, alcohol, gambling bets, anything like that?
I know. The only thing I know, but it's like, I don't want to like.
Isaiah can't get in any trouble, okay?
Okay.
I'm sorry to say it that way, but you can only help us help him and help your family.
Valerie tells the detectives that Isaiah works for the construction equipment company Caterpillar, but has a lucrative business on the side as a fireworks salesman. The detectives asked if any of Isaiah's customers might have been capable of a crime like this. Valerie could only think of one big-time client who Isaiah said was a bit shady, but couldn't imagine why there would be any bad blood.
And I mean like big time fireworks. And I know Isaiah sells it for him.
Okay.
Or like delivers it for him or whatever.
Has
That's
he
the only thing.
ever mentioned, like, did he screw over a customer? Was someone mad at him because of the
No.
fireworks?
I feel like this isn't even real. I really do.
It's very real.
Yeah, unfortunately, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't real.
Clearly, Valerie was going through a roller coaster of emotions, devastated by her tragic loss. The first time Valerie laid eyes on Isaiah was back in 2010. She was a single mom working at the 106th Precinct in Queens. At this job, she specialized in helping victims trapped in abusive relationships as part of the domestic violence unit. One of her colleagues was Isaiah's stepfather, Patrick Roach, who had been with the police department for 27 years. She saw a picture of Isaiah on Patrick's desk and asked who it was. She then asked whether or not he was single. Patrick then set Isaiah and Valerie up on a date, and the rest is history. 4 years later, they were married, and not long after, they had a son. They named him Sal. However, Valerie's zest for life with Isaiah slowly faded. Over the next 5 years, her eyes began to wander, and everything changed when she met this man. This is John Daruba. In many ways, John was a jack of all trades. He made money by flipping houses, running a tattoo parlor, acting, owning a bakery, and even writing his own cookbook called Shut Up and Eat.
Again, women getting bored with men and going for someone rich.
But perhaps the most fascinating thing on his resume was his job as head of security for the glam rock band Trickster back in the 90s, or the short time that he acted as a personal bodyguard for late comedian Sam Kinison. But by January of 2017, John's glory days were over. He was now a divorced single dad to his 14-year-old daughter. But things were about to change. He was walking down the street when Valerie pulled up in her police cruiser simply to flirt with him. She told him that she was unhappily married. John wanted to stay in touch, so Valerie told him to follow her on her Instagram at Homicide Hands. Over the following months, messages turned into meetups, and the two secret lovers were constantly sneaking around, seeing each other behind Isaiah's back. Even when Valerie and Isaiah went away for a vacation, Valerie was sending John pictures in her bikini and drawing his name in the sand. Things quickly became even more serious, to the point that John even met Valerie's children. But when they asked what his name was, Valerie told them his name was Mary. John initially felt guilty for coming between their marriage, but Valerie told him that Isaiah was controlling and abusive, and she was going to get a divorce as soon as possible. This made John feel as if fate had brought them together and that he could be Valerie's knight in shining armor. 7 months into their affair, on July 12th, 2017, John was picking Valerie up from her house since Isaiah was supposed to be at his mother's house for the day. However, when he arrived, Isaiah's vehicle was still in the driveway. Because of this, John decided to park a few houses up the street and text Valerie asking what was going on. As he waited for a response, 2 police cruisers arrived. Multiple officers went into the house, and when they came back out, Isaiah was with them, in handcuffs. John was eventually able to ask Valerie what happened. Apparently, she was arguing with Isaiah when he smacked her phone out of her hand. The same story she told police. Isaiah ultimately pled guilty for disorderly conduct. He then moved out of the house and filed for divorce. And with Isaiah out of the picture, John stepped in as the provider, and then some. He spent an exorbitant amount of money on Valerie for things like vehicle repairs, jewelry, clothes for her and her kids, and so on. But John may have spoiled Valerie a bit too much because her behavior suddenly began to change. Anytime John would spend money on someone else, including his own daughter, Valerie would get jealous. This jealousy escalated from small faces of disapproval.
What a total bitch. Why is there so many women like this? Like, my ex did that to me. Just cheated on me, just lied, and then said I was abusive, and said I was a piece of shit, blah, blah, blah. I never did anything abusive. Never, nothing. I was super loving. Even after I found out she had done stuff, I was like, let's work this out. And then she's like, no, you're gross. And like, what is up with women, like, acting like evil, like, liars? Like, I'm so, like, I have no faith in women anymore. Like, there's so many stories like this that women just do whatever they want and cheat, and like, they don't care. They just don't care. They only think about themselves.
To scolding, to full-on berating him. And it didn't end there. On one occasion, John received a harmless text from his daughter. When Valerie heard the notification go off, she asked John who he was texting. He brushed it off and said it was probably a marketing email. But Valerie could sense that he was lying, so she reached into her duffel bag and pulled out her gun. She pointed it directly at John's head and said, "If you ever lie to me again, I'll blow your head off." Directly following this incident, John contacted the NYPD and reported the issue. Since this was also her workplace, her superior confiscated her firearm and placed her on modified duty for the time being. John was also granted a no-contact restraining order, which meant Valerie had to maintain a distance of 500 feet away from him at all times. Since she was not allowed to contact John or his daughter whatsoever, this marked the end of Valerie and John's relationship. John could finally move on from this fiasco. However, the heart wants what it wants, and despite everything that had happened, John's heart still wanted Valerie. He initially fought this feeling, but ultimately did a 180. He dropped the restraining order and the two reconciled. They decided to give their relationship one last shot. Surprisingly, things actually seemed to work out well for the couple. So well that by the end of 2018, John had moved in with Valerie and her kids. The only catch was that John's daughter wasn't allowed to move in with them. Valerie convinced John to have his daughter move in with her friends who lived nearby. Then, one day at work, an inmate that Valerie was transporting attempted to assault her, nearly breaking her shoulder in the process. She underwent surgery, and then John took care of her while she was bedridden for several weeks. During this time, Valerie's mental health quickly began deteriorating. On top of powerful painkillers, she also began taking a plethora of psychiatric drugs. Her jealousy regarding John's daughter was as intense as ever. She was constantly stalking her social media and even told John to cover up a tattoo of his daughter's name. John was so blinded by love that he agreed. But things really went south when she learned that her ex, Isaiah, might be entitled to a large portion of her police pension following their divorce. Apparently, this caused Valerie to snap. Valerie asked John if he knew anybody who would be willing to kill not only Isaiah, but John's own daughter as well. John acted like he was cooperating with her wishes and gave her multiple chances to back out, but Valerie was determined to get the job done. So John had no choice but to contact the authorities, and the FBI was put on the case. In order to confirm what John was telling them, they had him wear an audio recording device to record his conversations with Valerie. John continued to play his role as the loyal boyfriend and willing accomplice. He was so dedicated that he and Valerie even got matching tattoos that said, "Till death." John then pretended that he found their killer for hire, and although Valerie was growing impatient over the following weeks, he assured her that the wheels were turning and he was actively getting updates.
I'm loving where this is going. So the whole police going to their house saying that her ex is dead is probably fake. I love this. See, I knew she looked all like fake crying.
From the hitman.
Well, last Sunday he scoped it out. He went down there. He searched where they were. He found where they were. He searched where Isaiah was, and he was looking for them. That's what he did. Like, what do you want me to do?
I don't give a, do whatever you want.
John kept up the act like his life depended on it, repeatedly expressing his concerns about the logistics of the plan and how they might end up seeming suspicious. Valerie, however, didn't seem to be concerned.
I think Isaiah, I think it's very suspicious. On one weekend, they're both dead.
Okay, so take care of yours, and then wait a month.
Take care of my daughter this weekend, kill her this weekend, and then wait a month for him. Like, well, like, what do you?
Yeah, or a week. What do you want me to tell you?
Eventually,
She's so demented. As like, why would you ask a father to kill their own child? Like, what a crazy fucking psycho.
posing as the hitman, the FBI texted John saying that the hit was set to happen soon.
What do you want to talk about, Colin? What do you want to talk about?
I text message from the night.
Oh, a text message saying what?
This weekend.
So let me see it.
No, he texted me earlier. I erased it. I don't want to keep it on my phone. Listen, I'm really stressed out about this. Stop. You're like,
You're really stressed out about this?
yeah.
Every week it's going to happen and nothing happens.
It's going to happen this weekend. I'm telling you, it's going to happen
Good.
this weekend.
With the hit right around the corner, the couple hashed out how they wanted the hits to happen. They started by discussing the order in which they would be killed.
Yeah, what's his business?
Who do you want to go first? They or her?
Why are you asking me? Who do you want to go first?
Doesn't matter.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
Then it's later. Then it's going to happen. I'm really stressed out.
With Isaiah being the first target, they decided to make it seem like his death was somehow tied to his fireworks business.
Killed over fireworks? Well, money.
No, the money that you have been selling on.
Like somebody robbed them?
Exactly.
Well, how much money did he carry?
Thousands.
But that's not until July.
No, it's now. Starts in the beginning of May, actually. It goes all through May, all through June.
And he had thousands of dollars.
Yeah, it does.
So it looks like a robbery then. One bad.
They then brainstormed how John's daughter would be killed. Valerie did not mince her words.
What do you think? What about how she doesn't sell fireworks?
No, she's just a whore.
So how would that be done? He doesn't want to go by school.
Run her the over. How about that?
You want her over?
As damning as these recordings were, detectives wanted to milk John's Oscar-level acting abilities for any evidence they could get. On the morning of May 17th, 2019, the FBI asked John to meet them in a discreet nearby area. When John arrived, the detectives provided him with a jacket and asked him to put it on. The jacket was equipped with a hidden camera.
This is Special Agent G with FBI. The date is May 17th, 2019. We're going to be conducting a consensually monitored conversation between himself and Valerie Cincinnati.
They then told John to go about his day like any other, act natural, and be prepared for something big. He took this advice and started his day by heading back to Valerie's house, where he helped Sal get ready for school.
Come on, 9:04. Time we get you in the car. Time we get you over there.
On the drive there, John became overwhelmed with emotion, trying his best not to worry Sal.
You crying?
No. I'm not. I'm just happy.
John gave Sal one last hug, unsure if he would ever see him again.
I love you.
On the way back to Valerie's, John sent a voice message to his daughter.
Daddy loves you. I'll be coming for you soon. We'll be together forever. I love you and I'm sorry. Just be careful and be safe. Watch your surroundings, please. I love you.
John made it home, where Valerie was sitting in the kitchen lurking his daughter's social media.
Tonight's Friday. That's when she leaves, every Friday, to go to Queens every Friday.
Yeah, so how do you know where she is? How do you
That's
know?
how I know.
Well, how
She
do you-
posted all over the internet. That's how I know.
Their conversation was cut short by some unexpected visitors, finally bringing us back to the body cam footage at the beginning of this video.
Who's that? Landscaper?
How you doing? I'm Detective Finnegan, Suffolk County Police Department. This is my partner, Detective Fandry.
Hi.
Is it okay if we come in for a minute? I'm sorry to be the one to tell you that Isaiah was found dead this morning.
Are you kidding me?
This is a very, very early ongoing investigation.
I feel like this isn't even real. I really do.
It's very real.
Yeah, unfortunately, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't real.
The detectives then leave the premises,
All right, thank you. Again, you have our condolences.
but John's hidden camera is still recording inside the house.
Well, I guess they're both gone. Nobody's gonna get in touch with me. She's gone. Now what? What do we do now?
No.
Although Valerie got what she asked for, it seemed that she was having some regrets.
I don't know what to do. I feel like I'm gonna go to hell and my son's gonna hate me. Oh my God.
So now what?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry. They're all gonna blame me.
How's it gonna blame you? You have an alibi. We're home. What the?
Delete your text
I do delete my texts.
from me. What?
Here, detective.
John opened the text message from the hitman and discovered that it wasn't actually a text. It was a picture of Isaiah's car, taken directly following the shooting. Inside the vehicle, they could see Isaiah hunched over.
Why would he text you that? Is he stupid?
What Valerie didn't know was that earlier that day, the FBI met with Isaiah and told him that Valerie had tried to put a hit on him.
They told me, we don't know how to tell you this, but your wife put a hit out on you. I was shocked. I'm completely appalled.
The detectives weren't just there to talk. They needed Isaiah to help them with something.
They're like, we need your help. We're going to need you to do something for us in order to further our investigation.
The plan was that they were going to fake Isaiah's death and take pictures of it.
They had me sit in my car. They put glass on the floor and all over me and had me hunch over into the passenger seat.
It seemed that this mise en scène was enough to fool
They didn't have to do that. Valerie would have just believed the police that he's dead. Like,
Valerie. Upon viewing the photo, paranoia and panic immediately set in.
Oh my God. Who the glass?
Why would he text you that?
I don't know. I'm gonna erase it quick.
It doesn't matter. Are you dumb?
I'm just gonna erase everything. I'm gonna throw the phone away.
It'll show that he sent you this. Are you kidding me? I said
They're
10
not-
days they could subpoena messages.
They're not gonna find him. They're not gonna find him. How are they gonna find him? How are they gonna find him? They gotta
They're
erase
going to
it.
get these texts, you dumbass. They can subpoena these photos.
Suddenly, there was another knock at the door.
FBI, put your hands up. Up. Put your hands up, stand up.
FBI agents poured through the front door, and both Valerie and John were put in handcuffs. Valerie was escorted out of the front entrance, while John was taken out the back. Following her arrest, Valerie's house was thoroughly searched by authorities. She was booked into a federal detention center in Brooklyn, where eventually everything was revealed to her.
You could tell he really loved her, and she just sounds like a really bad person. Like everything he recorded on the undercover when he was talking to her, she sounds so spiteful and like she's evil.
Her. It wasn't long before the media caught wind of Valerie's arrest. The story spread like wildfire.
A murder-for-hire plot involving a former NYPD officer, Valerie Cincinnati.
Valerie Cincinnati.
Valerie Cincinnati.
Valerie Cincinnati.
She was facing 2 murder-for-hire charges and 1 obstruction of justice charge. Valerie pled not guilty.
Everybody needs to afford this woman the presumption of innocence and wait a short while. Our investigation is already bearing fruit. This has taken a tremendous toll on an innocent woman. She misses her children. By all accounts, she's a wonderful mother.
While all of this was taking place, Isaiah and Valerie also continued navigating the divorce process.
Cincinnati appeared today at a divorce court hearing with the estranged husband she's accused of trying to have killed. During that hearing, Isaiah Carvalho was given temporary custody of their 5-year-old son. An investigation by Child Protective Services was also ordered. Cincinnati and her estranged husband's attorney spoke quickly after the hearing.
I'll be acquitted because I did not do this. Isaiah's just concerned about his son, and he's just very thankful, as always, to law enforcement. They've been wonderful with him, protecting him.
While Valerie and Isaiah soaked up the limelight, Valerie's family mostly stayed clear of it. But there was one run-in with the media where her father made his stance clear.
I guarantee you my daughter is innocent of this. Will come out in court. This guy that she's involved with is a wacko psycho.
Despite the overwhelming evidence against Valerie, the defense was steadfast in maintaining her innocence. They believed that there was zero evidence that proved Valerie had paid John $7,000 with the intention of having someone killed, and that the statements she made on the recordings were nothing but fantasies. These fantasies didn't reflect her true character or her intentions, but were merely caused by the many medications affecting her mental health. They also felt that John was the true instigator when it came to the murder-for-hire plot. He wouldn't stop bringing it up, constantly pressuring Valerie for her input.
What do you want to talk about, Tom? What do you want to talk about?
Who do you want to go first? They or her?
Why are you asking me?
What do you want me to do?
I don't give a... Do whatever you want.
They also found it significant that after learning that Isaiah had been killed, Valerie wasn't relieved. Rather, she showed signs of regret when the police weren't there.
Oh, God. I feel like I'm going to go to hell and my son's going to hate me.
She even explicitly says that she thought it was never going to happen.
Oh, you knew that was going to happen. What do you want me to do?
I didn't believe you. I never believe you. You lied about everything. I really can't believe it. Like, I thought you were calling.
The defense also found it peculiar that when Valerie allegedly paid John to hire a hitman, he waited several months before contacting the authorities. Valerie gave him the money in February, but John didn't contact the authorities until months later, in May. Was John really the innocent one in this situation? If this case went to trial, the defense planned to pose this same question to the jury. However, there would be no need, because in a surprising turn of events, the prosecution team offered Valerie a plea deal. It was an offer that she couldn't refuse. Her 2 murder-for-hire charges were dropped, and she only pled guilty to 1 count of obstruction of justice. Her sentencing took place in October of 2021. Although the plea deal called for a 5-year sentence, she was only sentenced to 4, with 2.5 already served. In other words, Valerie would be free in only a year and a half. She was able to speak to the court, stating, "I'm apologizing from the bottom of my heart. I can't believe..."
What the hell is that? People would have died. Like, what the hell?
That I allowed myself to get to that place, that dark place. Valerie has since been released from prison. She resigned from her career as a police officer and now works as a personal trainer, still based in Oceanside, New York. Isaiah continues to work his sales job at Caterpillar and lives in the Bronx in New York City. As for John Daruba, he is currently based in Queens, and according to his LinkedIn, he has reignited his passion as a self-employed actor.
Crazy. She should have got like 10, 20 years for that. Like, that's unbelievable, man. At least 10 or 20 years. Like, some people actually go through with that. They hire people and people die and they get away with it. And then you catch one doing it. And then you leave them go in like 4 years, 3-4 years. What the hell is that? Anyways, Life is crazy. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Please like, subscribe, comment, do something helpful, please. It would help a lot. If you actually watch this and all the way till the end and you got something out of it, I would really appreciate it, because yeah, life is tough and I'm trying to do better. All right, peace out.